All right, Canes fans, welcome back to ACC Football Addiction. Let's talk about this Miami schedule that just came out. Listen, I got a lot of thoughts here, and I want to get yours too. You guys know I'm unbiased on this stuff, so I feel like I don't have to say that every single time, but when I complain right now, I don't want you to think that I'm complaining about Miami. That's not my MO on this channel. That's never the vibe that I try and get off. Here's what I'll tell you about the schedule, which I'll throw it up on the screen. This is not rehearsed. I didn't write out a script for this. I'm just kind of reacting raw to it. I do have something coming for you guys in the morning that is rehearsed and it is scripted, and I did take a lot of time on. So if you don't want to miss that, I do think you'll enjoy it. But raw reaction to this, Miami schedule, let's be very frank, is very manageable. It's frustrating, but it is very manageable. I'll talk about why it's frustrating in just a minute. But when you look at this game, look at the games on here, Miami has absolutely zero excuse to not start this season 4-0. And then really probably be better than that even. But they don't play a team with a pulse in that first month. They should go to Stanford and win. They should absolutely beat FAMU on a Thursday night. It was what we've got for that one, which I've got complaints about here in just a second. They should absolutely go out and beat Wake Forest. They should certainly have their way with Central Michigan. October does get more difficult. Clemson, Florida State, Pitt, and North Carolina, two of those being road games. Then you obviously go to Notre Dame. You have Duke. You have the Virginia Tech game. And you have the BC game. Manageable schedule. If I'm looking at this schedule, I see Notre Dame as a potential loss. I'm not saying it's a definite loss. That's a potential loss. And then I think worst case, maybe you drop one ACC game. A rivalry game catches you. A team you weren't expecting, like an SMU or Louisville from this year, catches you. Maybe going to Clemson. Maybe they've figured things out, and that's a game that's tougher right now than we think it'll be. Outside of that, this sets up really nicely for Miami. This sets up really well to where I think their floor, I mean, I'm just talking like their absolute floor, like things go really wrong, is like 9-3. Their realistic floor to me is 10-2. I think you could lose to Notre Dame and you could drop one ACC game, and that'd be the worst that I could realistically see. Too many things have to go right for too many teams for me to see Miami dropping more than that. In my opinion, they're not losing one of their first four. They're not losing to Boston College. They're not losing to James Franklin and Virginia Tech, and they're not losing to Duke. Pitt on the road, I might feel a little differently about. I know they just blew Pitt out. They're not losing that Pitt game. I don't see them losing on the road at North Carolina. I don't see them losing to Florida State. Maybe they drop the Clemson game on the road. That is a tough place to play. Maybe Clemson will have a win against LSU already under their belt. Maybe they'll be kind of rolling. And then I do think Notre Dame will be a good team this year. And so that's a tough one. Best case scenario, if for the Miami haters, I think is 9-3, 10-2. It sets up very manageable. Here's where I have complaints. What frustrates me a little bit about this schedule is it's very manageable. I think Miami goes 10-2, 11-1 with this schedule. It's hard to predict teams to go undefeated. So what I don't like is that Miami's first 3 games are all not on Saturday. And then they play another game late in the year against Virginia Tech. Again, not on a Saturday. They have to go on the road twice to play weeknight games in the ACC as the biggest, at least the best brand in the conference right now, the best team in the conference. Why are they opening up the season on the road at Stanford? Why is the best team in the ACC, the team you're trying to showcase, why are they opening up the season on a Friday night at Stanford? Why are you making the defending national runner-up travel to Palo Alto, California? They're not even playing a real ACC team. They're playing at one of these fake ACC teams that we added. Is that how you reward fans? And then, okay, well, we'll bring you home. It got announced today that FAMU game got moved to Thursday night. I'm telling you, I know that people make the crowd jokes. That crowd's going to be rough. Like it just is, man. People are working. They've just gotten done with Labor Day. It's FAMU. You're going to get, they're getting blown. I mean, they're going to blow them out. And then what's the ACC do? Hey, let's put you on another weeknight. Let's send you to Wake Forest and you play a weeknight game. And then at the end of the year, you play a weeknight game against Virginia Tech. I don't love that for Miami. I think weirdness happens on Friday night. You saw that with the Louisville game this year. Now, I still think they beat Virginia Tech. I think they win all 4 of those games. That's not the point. The point is that you just had your best team that did the best ratings and could play play Saturdays. This is a sport that is built around Saturdays in the fall. And the ACC, what you want to know why these games are on standalone days, on Friday nights, Thursday nights, all these different, because the ACC is scared to go up against an SEC team head-to-head. When there's SEC teams going head-to-head with SEC games going on head-to-head with ACC games, when there's Big Ten going on, the ACC says, let's get on a Thursday night. Let's get on a Friday night. Let's put Florida State on a Monday night. Let's play those games then because we're scared of not getting the best ratings possible. Fans deserve games to be on Saturdays. Like they just do. Nobody likes playing the Friday night stuff. It's fine if you do it once a year. Florida State plays on a Monday night on Labor Day when I was hoping that we would play each other, Florida State and Miami. That's fine. You get that once a year, kind of a novelty thing, but you still get 10 or 11 Saturdays to enjoy with your buddies, out tailgating, out being at Doak or Hard Rock or Clemson or wherever. Instead, you're getting a third of your season, 4 of Miami's 12 games, not on Saturdays. That's so dumb to me. This is a sport that's built around college football being on Saturdays. And the ACC says, you know what? Our biggest 2 brands, let's be very honest with this. Florida State and Miami, let's make 4 of their games each not on Saturdays. I think that's disrespectful to the programs. I think Miami having to go to Stanford week 1. Now, again, I know that that's going to be an easy win. So maybe Miami likes that because it's going to be a week 1 win and you start out 1-0. You're making the defending runner-up, instead of getting to play a game in their home stadium where they could celebrate the 3 playoff wins that they had, where they could celebrate a 13-win season, where they could, I don't know, do they put a banner up for being a national semifinal winner and a national runner-up? I don't know if Miami does that or not. I don't know how that works. But when you have a chance to celebrate a team's accomplishments from the year before, you're sending them to Palo Alto, California for week 1. I think that's incredibly stupid. Miami's schedule, again, very manageable, but that's my big beef with it. Is I just don't love the way it sets up for the fans. I think 2 road ACC games sucks. Like, I think that's atrocious when you look at a program like North Carolina that doesn't play not only do they not have road Friday night games, which of course comes with shorter travel times, things like that. It works out well for Miami because of the Thursday and the opener, so travel won't be an issue for those. But when you've got teams like North Carolina that don't have any games on Friday nights, don't have any games on Thursday nights, don't have any games on Monday nights, and you just think about where this conference's loyalty really lies. It's not with the ones that actually make them money, like the Florida States and Miamis and Clemsons. It's with the programs that are there on Tobacco Road. North Carolina not playing 1 weeknight game while Florida State and Miami play 8 combined is insane to me. Like, why are they sticking us on Thursdays, Fridays, and Monday nights when North Carolina doesn't play any of them? I mean, they could have very easily given one team 3, one team 3, and another team 4, and given them all, 3, 3, and 2. Sorry, can't even do math because I'm so annoyed by it. I don't love that. But again, you're not on Tobacco Road, Miami fans, and so this is the best you get. I do like how Miami gets a tune-up game before they play Clemson. They play Central Michigan before they play Clemson, and then they get the bye week, the week between Clemson and Florida State. Florida State plays a road game before Miami plays Florida State. So 2 years in a row. Now, I know you guys didn't love the bye situation the ACC gave you last year either, but last year, Miami had a bye week before they played Florida State. Florida State played a road game. So 2 years in a row now, Florida State will be on the road the week before they play Miami, and then Miami is off and resting. I think that sets up really well for the Canes. I think that's a really good thing for Miami. One of the maybe kind of pitfalls for Miami, or traps, you might say, is back-to-back road games. One of them being in Chapel Hill. I don't think that'll be difficult at all. I think they'll navigate that just fine. But then you got to come home from a road game and go right back out on the road to play your toughest game of the year at Notre Dame. Now, I know Miami's bravado. Y'all probably find a way to win both of them. Like, I'm not saying, oh, Miami's going to lose because of this setup. That is a potential kind of, I don't know, just something to kind of keep an eye out for, is having to play a road game, come home, immediate road game against your toughest opponent of the year. And in November, when injuries start to pile up, when things have been pretty tough for you there. Getting to finish with 3 games at home, and those 3 games being Duke, Virginia Tech, and BC, that suits Miami very, very well. Again, I think the schedule is very, very navigatable. I think Miami's going to win 10 or 11 games just looking at it here in late January. But I do hate the way that this conference hates its biggest brands. I do hate the way that this conference hates the teams that make it the most money. That's Florida State. That's Miami. But again, we're not on Tobacco Road, so it just kind of is what it is. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Again, I think Miami's winning 10 or 11 games. I think this is still a very fair schedule for them. I just don't like the way that it's set up for the fans. I think it sucks for you guys, the people who, tune in and watch this and support and show me as much love as you guys do, even despite wearing the garnet and gold. So let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Again, have a video coming out for you guys. Should be tomorrow morning. I'm expecting some pretty good news for Miami here soon. If that good news comes, it might get bumped for another video, but got something coming for you here in the next day or so. So make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss it. We'll talk to you soon here on ACC Football Addiction. Can't wait to hear your thoughts down in the comments.